We'll start the meeting, which is good. We have a few on. We have Julie on, which might be Julie here in Aussie, not Julie in the UK, and Marina through here. So first of all, we're going to get you doing a bit of work, and then I'll do a bit of work. I'll tell you what this is on the back wall. I'll try and put my lights on because my builder's been in again, so I don't even know what my lights do or anything like that. So the first question we ask you is, since in the last month, so from last time we had a big speak in the UK, which is probably usually a month for you guys or close to it. I want to know what was your win. So what have you done in your salon that's a win? So you can type that in for me, would be awesome, because then I can see them all and I can keep a track of them. So what's been a win? Is it been hassling a staff member? You've finally got something done? What's a win? Because I think sometimes sharing our wins with people, we realize that we've all been through tough times as well. Like we forget what our small wins are. You know, we put fires out every single day in our salon and we forget that. I think that's the one thing that we don't do. I find it really hard. I very rarely celebrate my wins, and I actually should do. It's really important to celebrate your wins. So yeah, what's a win that you have done? I know Marina's finished, had a big win because she put it in the Facebook group. I'm going to sip me coffee while I can. Surely we had a win somewhere along the line, guys. Surely there was something going on. Cool. Hey, Marina, that is an awesome one. That is one of the ones that we're really going to push this year. It's one of the 3 things that we're going to aim for. One of the key elements that we talk about all the time, that there's only actually 3 ways to grow your business. There's only 3. One of the hardest ones, Marina, is getting that average bill up. It really is trying to get that in. So we need to get more clients. So
Mark,
if we could... You there? Someone talking to me? Is someone talking to themselves? If you find it's noisy where you are, mute yourselves out. If not, talk to me. More often, and then more money, of course, which is what. And if we can 10% on each particular one of these, your business will grow 33% to 55%. Really easy. Just more clients, more often to spend more money. That's the 3 things you need to work on over and over again. The hardest thing about that is knowing how to break that down. With my screen so you can see all my screen. How's that? That's better, isn't it? I forget that I'm at an angle now and I've got a wall next to me. I keep forgetting that I'm not just, I have my whole office to myself. My wife has overtook it by building a butler's pantry in here. It feels really quite weird, really. Yeah, you always talk to yourself, Marina. That's awesome. That's really quite cool through there. Growing from, yeah, Julia, I really was quite impressed with that email you sent me. We talked, it wasn't that long ago. It seems like it was only a few months, and you were saying that you have nothing. You opened up in a whole brand new space, and now you're booked out in 4 months. That's a really high five. That is, because you probably need, at least, I reckon, 200, 300 clients to get you booked out. I think last time I noticed you were aiming to get somebody else through there to move on. That is absolutely awesome. I think that was a high five and a big smiley moment when you put that through to me. I was very, very impressed. Okay, next question. We're going to move on. Next question. We're going to ask you 4 questions as we start this. Usually the same 4 every time we meet, just to try and make you think a bit more. It opens your brain, and then hopefully you'll accept what I'm going to teach you, and we can move on, which hopefully is really quite good. What have you learned in the last 4 weeks? What have you learned about yourself, about your team, about your salon, about anything really that really is going to help you a little bit? It's quite hard, really. I'll start this one because it's quite a difficult one through here to find out what you've learned. I've learned something huge in the last 4 weeks, really huge. Hence why we have lots of these aha moments, and hence why I'm sitting there thinking, okay, I've got to rewrite all me stuff all over again. Was the fact is that I've had an awful lot of people sucking me dry recently. And when I mean that, I mean they take a lot of my time up where I need to really be clearer about what I want to aim for and do. So that aha moment that I've had, I'm not sure if it came from my family, knowing full well that I need to be a certain person to be free a bit more. Where I had an awful lot of, you know when you get a staff member who's really draining and they drain the life out of you and you don't know until they've gone? Well, I had a few clients like that were really, really needy. And I'm on the phone like every 10 minutes. I'm saying the same story to them every 10 minutes thinking, I'm obviously doing something really wrong here, guys. But that's okay, because I think I realized the direction that I want to be and where I want to get to. I had a big aha moment, and me and Nicole has been talking about this for quite a while now, and yeah, it's a really good thing. So hence why we're going to try and charge more and get less people in. I want to work with less people but get bigger results, which is my next step, which is quite strange for me because it's something I never ever wanted to do. I want to go the opposite way and help as many people as possible and charge less. But the problem I've had is that it's a bit like your clientele. If you start doing, I don't know, all in for $50, you know how hard life is with them. They expect a lot from you and they are draining in there. So for me, that's why the move I've took. So I've learned a lot in the last month, really. Clients can be fickle and you can take your foot off. You've gone now. Take your foot off the pedal. Do you know, Julie, we talk about snowball, we talk about marketing. I think we talked about this many times before. I probably don't talk about it enough. We talk about the passive and the active and the hyperactive. I think we need to do this non-stop. And I think that the average salon owner should be dedicating at least 2% of their total earnings to a marketing campaign. That snowball's got to keep happening because we're losing 20% at the back end. But the danger thing is, I think Arne said this right at the beginning before I pressed record, so I'm going to repeat it because I was just like you, Arne. I see you and me so much together. Was the fact is that when you get comfy, which means you're making money, so you're not struggling, you've got good staff members, you just sit in this comfy zone. Like you just sit comfy and you don't realize that comfy stage is quite dangerous because if 2 staff leave tomorrow, you haven't got the momentum to keep it up again. You're like Marina, you've got to start right back at the beginning where you thought, I was really comfy here. I've took my foot off the gas a bit. My clients are nice, my staff are nice, and then boom, it happens. And it happened to me a few times where I'm growing and growing and growing, and I get to this really nice stage and think, oh, I can just ease off a bit now. And a year later, 2 key members leave, and you can't find someone who are them key members. And you forgot how much effort you put in to make these people as good as they were. It really happens. Yeah, I think things like that make a difference. And your website, Arne, I'll tell you this. I think the last 3 clients that I've spoken to, and we've really dived into where their new clients are coming from, and every single one of these people I've spoke to says Google. Everybody, not Facebook, not Instagram, it's Google. So yeah, I think that your website needs to be doing 3 things, and I'm going to come on to website design shortly in the new course. So I will cover that it has to have 3 things on there. And we're going to talk about these 3 things that need to be on there. So you can just add them in, which really is important. I know Marina has a really good website where she has. Hey, Marina. Yeah, do you know what? I've had this policy ever since I got took to court. Right? I got took to court in the UK by this Jippo. And you guys know what Jippos mean, don't you? You know what Jippos are, yeah. There was this lady, right, and she used to walk past our house. She was the biggest gypsy. She was Irish. I'm not sure if she was a real tinker, but she looked gypsy. And she came in one day and she was crying. and she says to me, I need my hair done, I'm going down to a funeral, and we're fully booked. And then this, my guy who worked with me at the time went, I'll come in on Sunday and do it. I've got to help her out. And I'm thinking, oh, crap. Anyway, came in on a Sunday. He did her hair, and that's it. We were sued after that because she wanted foils. We put foils in her hair. You know how long it takes to put foils in. And afterwards, she sued us for not doing a full head colour. She actually wanted to be full head colour. Bonkers hours, right? But my wife, she's like me, right? We really stick to our guns. And we went, you know what? I'm not giving you a penny. She asked for £15. That's what she asked for. I want £15. I went, I'm not giving it you. Not giving you £15. It cost me £2,000 in the end, because they settle out of court. Like, it never goes to court. Anyway, I had the last laugh. There's a hairdresser 5 doors up, and he hated me, and I understand that. We used to really take the mickey out of him because he's been there for 20 years. I jumped in the middle, and he always bad-mouthing me, and we ended up busy, ended up quiet. So he was always like a bit of a, you know. And then he backed him and went, oh yeah, you could tell that you wanted a tint with, and he sort of wrote a letter. And I thought, you nasty person. Anyway, she sued him in the end. But in the end, when I got the insurance company out and we sat there and the man knew her name, he said, we're suing her. She's suing a taxi firm, a pub, she's suing another hairdressers, and then there's now you. There's 4 of us. So she just does it. And 2,000 is what she asked for because they know that in the UK, to take it to court, it costs £8,000 a day to fight it or 2,000 to get her off. And once it goes to an underwriter, they just get rid of it. It's quite sad, really. So I learned a huge lesson by then. I don't care who you are. If you cry in my salon, you don't get it done. If you cry before we start, you're too emotional for me, you've got to go. I hate boyfriends that come in and put their nose in. But the good thing is, the second you give them money back, they can't do anything. They can't take you to court and say, I didn't pay any money, because there's nothing exchanged. So we actually give it for free in the salon. If they win, you go, you know what? Come and pay us next week. Go home, show your boyfriend. If you like it, come back and pay. They never come back and pay. We just can't. We're just glad they're gone. Because they can't badmouth you. Oh, I had my hair done at Marina's, but she didn't charge me. They'll go, oh, yeah, fair enough. That's the story gone. You know, but the story goes on, oh, she charged me £100 and she won't give me the money back. She offered me to do it again for free, but I've got to pay for a blow dry and I have to have another. It goes on and on. You know, I have to have the same stylist. They don't care. If they're pissed with you, the easiest way is just give them money back. And you know what? Me, in my life now, £100, £200 is worth nothing to me. I'd pay that just for the less stress, you know? It's like, do you want a good night out, or do you want to be sitting there stressing, thinking she's going to turn up in the morning and shout a bad mouth you all over Facebook? And I'm just thinking, I don't care what it is, because they only asked for a couple of hundred. Give them the money back. I think, Marina, great thing to learn. I think that's really good. Yeah, definitely comfort zone. Yeah, I think comfort zone definitely is one through there. Refund money is good. Let's have a look. Embrace change. I think change is really good. We're living in a society now where change is amongst us, and we have to adapt. We have to move that way and adapt with people. So yeah, I think that's really quite good through there. So I also mastered Instagram. Yeah, totally agree. I have someone playing with my Instagram at the moment, so we'll see how it is. I think Sam's now on board. Yes, she is to here. I have a new Instagram account by an Instagram queen. She's in charge of it. We're playing with it. So hopefully we'll see how we go. I want to know how she gets from 0 to 60,000 Instagram people. So we're going to find out if she can do it with me. So there you go. We'll let you know. We'll keep you informed. We're writing. I'm writing down as it happens so I can share that, guys, with you. Okay, next question, guys. Projects. What are you working on right now? What are you doing? What are you doing in your business? What are you doing? One was saying he's thinking about a website. Are you started your website? What projects are you doing, guys? And what are you going to do with them? We need to know what projects you're actually doing. I love you guys doing all the work instead of me. How good's that?
I'm working on getting new clients, Rich, through Wolfpack marketing.
Ah, awesome. That's great. You might know this when I get onto this in a second. We'll see how you are.
Yay.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you, Richard?
Someone talking to me? Who are we?
It's
Hey, how are you?
I'm working on my website. Good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good, thank you. You're working on your website? That's awesome. What are you doing to it?
I'm working whole new website. So we just had a photo shoot on Sunday for some new photos to upload on it. And yeah, everything.
Okay, cool. And the one thing about websites that get me, and it got me for years, I never knew this because I'm a hairdresser, so I'm very visual. Do you have action points on that website that actually been built for the client as opposed for you?
What's an action point? Like, what do you mean?
What do you want them to do when they go to your website?
Well, for me, when I go to a website, I want it to look pretty. I want to be able to see the prices and the information I need on that product. So,
Okay.
yeah, simple.
Okay. Simple. Hey, do you know how do you know how simple it actually is and how complicated we make it? It's crazy.
I know.
Hey.
I know.
We have a journey. We call it the client journey prior to them coming to you. So we call them that client journey. So it works out. How do they get from knowing you exist from your advert to calling the salon? How does that make that happen? Are you doing your makeup actually in the mirror while we're talking to you? I think you are. There you go.
No, I'm in the gym. I'm trying to do a workout.
Oh, you're in the gym. Oh, that's all right. So yeah. For us, we used to like them going to our price list because we wanted to get rid of a certain people. So that's what. Are you on the treadmill walking?
Yes, I am.
That's okay. That's good for you. Good for you. But yeah, so our website was built. The fact is that almost we wanted them to go to the page of our price list first before they did anything else, before they poked around on the website. But that's through there. Yeah. Was
that a good thing to do? Did you find it worked?
It stopped me getting the crap in. Yeah. So that was my thing. I was expensive. So my problem is I didn't want the phone call when they come and say, how much is this? I want to take them to that price list. So a lot of things were linked to that price list. A lot of things were linked for a reason. Yeah. You have to really, I'm going to talk about this Facebook ad here. So I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, how to do a Facebook ad. So, Sam might have seen one of these before. I'm not too sure, but we'll see how we go. Hopefully I'm going to talk about it and we'll see. I'm going to mute Tanya out while she's messing around through there and we shall see. Let's have a look. I have someone just trying to squeeze in here through here. I wonder if I can copy that. I can. There we go. We can do that. Okay, we are back through here. Let's see where we go. Similar to Tanya, website, and another hairdresser. Hey, Judy. Yeah, do you notice it's where you grew your clientele to fully booked without a website? You can do this. A website is a bit of an extra. It's a little bit like a Yellow Pages ad that you're going to use because once you've got your website, you've got to get traffic to that as well. So we'll see how that is. Mastin's going, yeah, awesome. Okay, we've got that link to someone now, which is quite good. Okay, so the next step, we're going to put a list on now. You can type this in for me, which is quite good. Then I'll get on to what I feel might help you through here, is what do you need help with now? If I had a magic wand and I said, okay, guys, what can I help you get through today? Because if we find out some things from you guys, what you need help with, hopefully as I help you here and now, other people go, aha, I've been missing that. That's the question I thought I needed all along, but I didn't know I needed. And that'll link lovely to my question that we have here. So we shall see how we go.
I need a schedule, Rich.
A schedule?
Yeah, like things that I should be getting through myself every week. Because I'm off of the floor a lot more now, I find that my days are going, but I'm still getting nothing done. But I'm so busy.
Yeah.
Whereas I know you just said about Google, I do not know how many people come to, well, I know people come to my salon through Google, sorry, but I haven't been online and checked my analytics forever. So that needs to, I guess, go on some kind of list of things I need to do each week.
Yeah, so the minimum, I think that if you want to seriously grow your business, if you want to take it to the next level, the way I see it is an hour or an hour and a half you need to learn every week of what you need to learn. And then an hour and a half to 2 hours, so 3 hours max, you need to do. So for example, Sam, you say you don't know how to do Google Analytics. I would say that's my month goal, right? That's it. So literally every week I'm going to put an hour down to learn how to read Google, how to find Google, how do I find, so spend that time learning. So an hour, just learn that. Put it in your diary. We call it a default diary, where you put it in your diary and nothing can move it. So you lock that hour in. And then once you've learned that, you then spend the next hour and a half or 2 hours, and you can split it up in the week. It doesn't have to be straight after, actually doing it. So you've learned it and implement it. That's the key. Because most people either learn it and don't implement it, or they don't learn it and just try and implement it and they get stuck. So you have to split that in. So you could say, well, I'm going to do 4 hours a month. I'm going to learn it 1 hour a week. And then I'm going to start putting it into practice, because that should be almost everywhere. And it's easy. It's free. It's on Google. You can just dive in and look at it. And then you tweak it. You find out, how do I get more and read it? You know, and there's plenty of things.
How do you do that? Do you literally ask the question on Google?
Yeah.
How do you? Literally.
Yeah. Google Analytics. Yeah, Google Analytics, and you'll log in and you'll see the back end of your website. It should be in there, and it should tell you exactly where people come from. If you have a website, you can have Yoast in there, YOAST, I think is in there, and that has a graph instantly on the back end of your homepage, and it'll tell you where people come from, how often they come in. That's really quite easy. If you want to go
you have to get the web people to put something on your website, don't you? To do that?
Well, I think if you go to Yoast, I think they literally have a block, and they'll go, add Google Analytics. That takes you to Google. You go, yes, I allow, then it goes back. It's as easy as that. There's another one if you want to research it by Sumo, SUMO. So they have what's called Sumo, SUMO. So if you look at that one as well, they have a hotspot on your website. So it means that you can follow people's hotspots. So you look at your website, and if it's red in the top corner, that's where everyone's looking. If it's red at the bottom, that's where everyone's looking. They know where that mouse is all the time. So you can follow where your interesting bits are. So that's also on your website as well. Yeah, so that's really quite good. Now, Marina, I can do this for you. You've been saying you've been asking people to do a Google review. Do you know there's a link, and I sent it to Dana yesterday, and then someone sent it me, which I don't know why. It's a link that you get from Google, and you just send them this link, and when they click on it, it goes straight to review 5 stars. They just type something. That's it. They don't have to search you or do anything at all. It's just a link.
The problem with Google reviews is they have to have a Gmail account.
They do. It stops them nasty people like on Facebook just bad mouthing you. But it's easy.
Yeah, and that's why we get less. That's why we get less Google reviews, I think.
Yeah, I think that's really. I totally agree. You got to have that. But a lot of business people, professional people, do have that. Your clientele would have that, Sam, definitely. And the more people that say yes, it means that you get ranked on Google, which is where you want to be. Google's what really matters. A Google review, I pay someone to do this for me, not yet. Any name dropping, yes, please. I don't know what that means. Mentioning Gani, any name dropping, yes, please. How do you get a poor review? Do you know what, Marina? I'm going to tell you what I think from my point of view. I don't have any poor reviews. I had one lady. I did this lady for 10 years in my salon, 10 years. And I said to her one day, will you do me a Google review? And she went, of course I will. She gave me 1 star. And I said, you gave me 1 star. She went, I thought that was good. And then every week we asked her to remove it. And every week she never did. She just forgot. She's an old lady. I shouldn't have asked her. But it never did my business any harm. And I really, truly believe that if I see reviews that are genuine and people go 1 star, they were crap, and I've got 49 that were good, I won't even look at the 1 bad star. You just know that person's a negative Nancy. But I also know that you're real. If I see you with 105 stars, I know you're fake. It just doesn't happen. You can't please everybody. And I just think it's how you react to that poor starring is what really matters. Really, it's how you react to that. So that makes a big difference. So yeah, Google, I can send you a link to that if you need to. That's very easy to do that. Google reviewing, that's nice to get your name up there through that. What was yours, Sam? What did you say you wanted help with? What do you need help with? Oh, yeah, the project. Yeah, and if you download my, I think I've given you, I'm sure, how to program your whole year and turn it into projects, that works really well. I'm sure.
Yeah, see, I did all that. I did it all in January. I spent ages doing it, but then I now changed my direction, I guess. So I guess I just need to kind of go back and redo it.
I reckon do that, and then do that, and not as opposed to marketing, and do that with your to-do lists.
Yeah.
Because I think the one thing we forget, guys, is that if you want to write a really good email to somebody, then I'll tell you about my email I sent yesterday, by the way, but that might help you out a little bit if you want to copy that or not. It's supposed to be the best email in the world, and I'll tell you what it is, because I've just done it myself. Because I test everything before I let you guys play with it. So yeah, if you do your project list, if you write a good email, it could take you 3 hours. And the one thing that you find is you might sit there all day doing this email thinking, I've done nothing. But it does take 3 hours to make this email. But then you've got to make sure that 3 hours gets paid coming back. You know, we have to work back from that. That to me is one of the things that really make a difference. So yeah, for us, this call that we're going to do it hopefully every 2 weeks. I'm planning. We'll see how we go. For you group people, would be either, if you need some help, I can help you now while we're on the call. We'll talk it through. The whole idea is if you have a problem, I'm going to talk you through certain problems. If you go, hey, Rich, can we do a Facebook ad? And then we'll probably hopefully try and do a Facebook ad live. How good's that? So we'll build a Facebook ad live so you can go away and actually do it. The whole point is at the end of this, we're going to do half teaching and hopefully half implementation. So I'm not sure if you can read my scraggly writing through here, but let me just tell you about that email first. It's called the 9-word email, and you guys should do that. By the way, if you've not talked to your clients on the emails for a while, this is the best one to send out, because I did it yesterday, just willy-nilly. Thought, okay, I'll just send it out and see what happens, and it really is quite good. So it literally is are you still interested in, and then whatever you think they're interested in. That's it.
I got that email.
You got that email? Yeah, it's a very strange email. Like I few people told me about that one. Do you know that? That's the thing, people. I didn't
get a reply back. Hello.
That's because it was. Yeah, that's because it's last night. It hasn't happened yet. For me,
I want it instantly.
Yeah, for me, I've gone to bed. So, but that email is a really big, powerful email. So if you've got a database, you could actually put in there for you guys, are you still interested in silky legs, or great hair or blonde hair, whatever you think they're interested in. And that just reactivates your email list to start the momentum off again. Anyone who emails back to you, it's just like having a conversation. Now I've got X amount of people that I'm going to rewrite again to them to keep that conversation going. It's a real good one. Very basic, but that means if you've not spoken to anyone for more than 90 days, it's a really big one just to open the doors in there. Basic as. Really easy, because you know what they are. I'm going to talk about these 3 sections. We've never talked about this before, and we're going to move on to this. Now, this one's really quite easily. A lot of people that come to you, same as me, in my field now and when I had the salon, they don't know they have a problem. So your idea is to make them see that they have a problem when they come to you. So, for example, we know that when people come to us as hairdressers, they want to look great. We know that. They want to look really good. Otherwise, they wouldn't come. They'll just go somewhere scaggy. But you guys, if you've got a half-decent place, they come because they want to look good. The secret when you put in your adverts or your attention grabbing is what goes here on this question mark. That is what you need to figure out. Everyone puts look good and come to me, but they don't know they want to look good, even though they do want to look good, because it's a bit vain to say, I just want to come to you because I want to look good. But they do want to look good. So you've got to figure out what is the flip side, which we can do together now, of looking good. Okay, so looking great, looking good. What's the opposite to that? If we had a coin, heads and tails, and heads was looking great, what's the opposite from looking great?
Looking shit.
Yeah. Get to the point, why don't you? Yeah, you know what? I can't really put that in an advert, but come on, that's true. It's true though.
Are you sick of having bad hair days?
Yeah. Hey, there's a really good one. Hey, it's the opposite, right? That awakens them to realize they know their pain, but when you say their pain to them, they know you get them. And if you get them, that's what really matters. Now, there's a big change happening at the moment. You're getting me off tangent. We talk about the three-headed person over here and the sweet spot being in the center. You all know about this one here? We've talked about this before. So this is like telling your stories, what the client's problem is and how you're going to fix it, and then your experience, your salon culture at the bottom. And if you get all three overlap, that's where the money is, and that really is. The people around in 2017, we say we've got to do change, which Marina said. The thing is, most people now, a bit like when I started, they want to go to the best in town only. They want to go to the authority. Who is the best? Now, the problem is we at the moment, we are so lucky, we are in charge of our own media corporation. Like, it's like we can have front page news or front page telly because we have Facebook, Instagram, and we have every way of reaching out to these people from our website and from our emails. We can actually put ourselves as number one in our town really easy. But to be number one, they need to know that you are good. You don't have to be the best. You just have to be the best in their world. Okay, not in everyone else's world, just theirs. So to be the best in their world, they need to know two things. That one, you can help their problem. And two, you get them. And by understanding this section here, that is when they read it and they go, aha. The amount of times I write or I do a video and someone writes me and goes, you just read my mind, you get me. It's because I know your pain, because I've been there myself. I know what pain you guys are in. And that's why you get that section. We all know you want to look great, but if I said to most people like One, do you want to look great? He'll go, not really, because you doesn't. But do you want to look shit? Definitely don't want to look shit. It's like that's when they get it. That's the thing, is that bit underneath. So you got to figure out what you think they want, flip it on its head, and that's what you put in the advert. That flipness. Because they
that's
really
exactly
get it.
What your marketing's like. For as long as I've known you, that's exactly how you market your thing.
But that's only
you're literally in our mind. It's just everything is just spot on.
Well, it's only because I live your world. The difference is you don't live this corporate person's world. That's why it's harder for you. I live your world. I get your pain. I get the fact that there's nothing worse than you having all these crappy bills to pay and your staff are in the back room laughing and joking like they don't know. That's so annoying to me, but it's real. Do you know what's really annoying? You've got the GST bill in, you're just getting ahead, and there's 2 staff members phoning sick, and you've got to spend the next 3 days juggling all these bills. It's real life stuff. I get that because I've done it all my life. I've been in the war zone. But if I said to you, there's a lady that comes to you, she's really insecure, she thinks she looks ugly, you think she's hot as, but she really looks ugly, she wants to go for a job promotion, you don't get that. But when you do her hair, you're changing her world. But when you speak about do you want to look hot and confident, she'll go, no, I don't want to look. I'm an insular person. I don't want to look. But okay, do you want to look like a rabbit in headlights? Definitely don't want to look like a rabbit stuck in headlights. So it's how you talk of that second bit. She'll go, how does One read my mind? And that's when they know that you're the expert and you can fix her problem. And that is the hardest thing, is finding out the flip side. But that's the key to you guys being busy. You build an advert on that flip side, everyone will know that you are the expert because you get them, which means you're the expert in their world. That's what matters, is like your ideal clientele. If you're the expert in their eyes alone, no one else is the expert because no one gets them like you. You can charge what you like. You can do what you like. Pretty hard. But that is the thing, is you figure out exactly what you think they want and flip it on its head. Because we all know that one. When we have people coming up, how many times you do hair and they go, I'm going for a job interview tomorrow? I get that all the time. They want their hair done and they want to look great for the job interview. Because really, they don't want to go in there looking like everybody else. They want to look like they're $1 million, even though they've just, washed their children's pants before they came to the interview. They want to live that world. They want to live a different world. So they want to look like $1 million. So the opposite, not look like $1 million? We know what that looks like, dip dyed instead of balayage. It's just basic stuff. But I guess the fact is that if you can flip that on its head, it makes a massive difference, because that's when they know you are the best in town. And that's how you do that. Awesome, cool. I'm going to zip over to here. It's not a very good Facebook ad, but we'll see how we go. This is a Facebook ad. So if you imagine you wrote a sentence down, you've got your nice picture, and then you've got your headline, and then you've got a thing underneath. Everyone knows how to do a Facebook ad, don't they? They've done it before millions of times. I'll go through this.
Not properly.
Not properly. Well, this would be really good for you, because it's really, And by the way, this works really well on Instagram, really well on Instagram as well as Facebook. So the first, you imagine that's just like a very mini sentence. There's not a lot in there. We could create this together, guys, if you want. This should be an attention, right, that the client can say yes to. So for example, when they read it, they'll go, yes, I want that. Yes, yes, good on you, Honor. You know me. So that section there, that few words that fit into that sentence will be quite easily yes. Yep, so it could be anything at all that gives you that attention that makes you know, yep, Honor, you're talking to me. So again, we can talk. It isn't a headline, by the way, guys. That's just the start of a sentence. So your first few words, quite simply, you know, are you sick and tired of walking out the hairdressers with yellow hair?
Yeah. Mm.
And this can be flipped in two ways, guys, with the attention, pleasure or pain. Choice is yours. Depends on how you want to go today. Pain, are you sick and tired of yellow hair? Pleasure, would you want beautiful, shiny, pearly, white foils? Yeah, pleasure or pain. Something that gets that client, whatever it may be. You know, so are you sick of ingrown hairs after waxing? Do you love silky soft hair, silky soft legs with no ingrown hairs? Win and loss. You know, there's two things you need to talk about through there. Very basic, instant, because that is what's going to make them read on really easy. We then move into the next little subsection, really small. This isn't like 5 pages long. This is just like, you know, a bit like, you know, my 9 little sentences. Imagine. This is where you connect, okay, the client and the problem or the solution. You just join them together. Really easy.
What do you mean?
Yep. So when you connect the client with the problem or the solution, so you've got to make it a bit like they have the problem, not it's a general problem. It's not general, you know. So you might start off with, for example, here, are you sick and tired of yellow hair? And then it comes down here. You've got to connect the client with the problem. So you connect the fact is that, you know, are you always putting toners on because of this? Do you hate the fact that people tell you it's yellow? It's just, you've got to imagine, so that you're trying to bring them into the story. So mention you a few times, lots of yous, we's. So you've got to imagine. So the tension's like, have you got this problem? And then imagine, you know, imagine coming out of the hairdresser and it's still yellow and you've got to wait 6 weeks before it gets right. You've got to throw purple shampoos on all the time, fighting with it. Imagine that you've come out of the waxing and you've got all these ingrown hairs. You've got to stuck with them, or you've got to do X, Y, and Z, whatever that may be. You've got to connect them with their problem. You know their problem. You've got to connect it to them. Okay, that's area number 2. Does that make sense with you there? Did that come across like I knew what I was talking about? As in?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you talk about that section here, imagine that's where you're connecting the client, so she can connect that with actually you coming to the solution to that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're connecting with, hey, you got a problem, and then connect that with the problem and the solution. So you've got the problem, now you got to connect it with the client and the solution. You know, hey, we do X amount and we take it to a nice white. Usage number 3 is how your client can benefit from your services. How can they benefit by coming to you? What's in it for them, as usual, you know, the old what's in it for them. What a client can expect after seeing you. You know,
How can they?
yeah. So yeah, how can your client benefit from your services? So you're writing like indirectly a very mini story. You're just connecting it all in. But if you follow that pattern, they're going to go through this journey of, hey, Honest gets me with that problem. Oh, look, I can be solutioned. Yep. And then how can they benefit from your services? So what services do you offer that stop that? Hey, we use X, Y, and Z, and that never gets you yellow hair. You know, so you know that's what the benefit of coming to your salon. And the next one, what can a client expect, which is area number 4, after seeing you? So if you're going to make a story here about blonde hair, for example, what can they expect after seeing you that your hair is going to stay what? I used to guarantee my foils would last at least 6 weeks without going yellow. That was my claim to fame, because I knew that if I got them to a certain level to start with, I can protect the hair itself and get them clean. I think a lot of people in my town were just lazy with blonde hair. They wouldn't push it that far. They just took it off when it was level 8 and throw a toner on. Lazy. I'd never do that. So number 4 is what a client can expect after seeing you. Well, you know what? When you come to me, your hair will be silky soft, it'll be really white, and it's going to stay healthy and looking fresh until I next see you again. That'll be my little claim to fame there in area number 4. What can they expect? What can you going to do to them? They know what benefits you can give them by coming to you. And then next one, for example, what can they expect after seeing you? Then your next area, your last one before the picture, guys, is your call to action. Why should I pick up my phone and call you now? Yeah, is there limited offers? Are you busy? Does it end? What's that call to action? What's going to make them react to you? Could be anything at all. Okay. Is everyone following so far? Are we all good with that? Hey Sam, does that resonate with you, or is that completely off topic for you?
No, it's good.
It's a strange one, but you're actually writing a story. When I first started blogging, I'm looking at that wall there because it's gone now because I've painted over there. My daughter-in-law wrote me a picture, and it's a hamburger. Have you ever seen that hamburger picture where it's a hamburger that's made up of words? So it's how you write a blog. So, and you have to follow each content. This is very, very similar to that, where if that was a hamburger, you know, this would be the lettuce, and it goes on like so. And if you can layer your story like that, it actually pulls that client in. And by the time she gets down to this area, she's actually made her decision whether you're for her or you're against her. Really quite quick and easy. But most people either do a picture with a little section. But what you should do on tape. Let me finish that. I'm going off topic. Sorry. Area 6. Area 6. This should be an attention-grabbing picture. So it has to be something, we all know that we sit there on our phone, we're doing this, we're scrolling along. That picture is what stops the thumb. Then they'll read area 1 before they flick on again. If you get the picture right, area 1 right, 9 out of 10 times they're going to do the whole caboodle. And that's how you get your Facebook to work, or Instagram, or if you're going to write a leaflet, you can do a leaflet drop. It's the same thing, the same way you would do that. If you're going to have a big poster outside in your window, exactly the same thing. You could build it very, very similar to this. Really easy. So let's play a game, guys. Attention number 6. This lady comes to my salon. I want to attract more blondes in my hair. I want to attract more blonde foils. I don't want balayage. They're just a waste of money for me. They take too long and the clients drag it out. I'm going for my foil clientele again. What picture would I use here? Would I go for a positive or a negative? What do you think?
Positive.
Positive? Yeah, it's a strange one, really. I always used to think about, let's put a picture of a dog on there, or a like, scruffy little lady with, with like dirty hair. But people react more to smiley, happy people. Strange, really. So yeah, I would definitely go someone who's really gorgeous and happy with a picture. And some people go words or no words on the picture. It's irrelevant, by the way, guys. It makes no difference. I think the stats say the same. So yeah, a picture of the perfect person. You know, when you're scrolling, wow, that's what I want to look like. Area number 7, this is where you get the grabbing headline underneath, the big headline you put in. This needs to talk about their dream. You know, their dream, what do they want, guys? Their big dream, Do you want the best hair in town? Do you want clean foils? Do you want white foils? I myself, and this is just me because I'm a bit weird than everybody else, not sure if I can do this well. No, I can't do this well. Look at that. Oh, I might do. Okay. See, I'd probably do that. I'd probably put a 99 picture in here, and my headline will be something, do you want vanilla blonde or do you want ice blonde? I'd probably go down that avenue and have 2 ice creams, one yellow, one white. People get it. But when I talk foils with people, I talk about vanillas. I talk about colors in that sense. People can visualize that, as in caramels and biscuits. That's how I talk. Okay, so grabbing headline, talk about their dream. You know what they want, guys, because we've talked about their flip side before. And then, of course, the hook, which is the bit of the section, is how you are connected and how you can help. When you put your headline in, you get that little bit underneath the description bit. That's how you can help them and why. You're the expert in blonde hair because that's what I do. Yeah. So that's really how you build a Facebook ad, Instagram ad, any ad that you do. If you go through this process, if you're doing leaflets, anything that you're doing, you just need to follow that through. And an eye-catching picture, as we know. We've just got lazy on Facebook thinking how easy it is. But
Richard, have you got that formula that you can send through as an email?
what formula is that?
What you've got written down.
Yeah, I can send you. I can definitely send you something. Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that? It'd be nice and easy because my writing's a bit scraggly. But yeah. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll send it you on one condition: that you create a Facebook ad, take a picture, and put it in the group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Is that a deal?
Yeah.
In fact, why don't we all create a Facebook ad and put it in the group?
Sure.
We don't have to pay for it. Just make one.
So what you've just said is the eight. It's the 8 step. But how do you so what do you do on actual Facebook? Because you've got the different steps there, but do you put that on sort of each step, or is it an actual advert that you go through the 8 steps?
Okay, yeah. So what you would do is you would just write this area 1 would just be the first few words that you would write. That's all you would write. Does that make sense? So you would go, let's say you were going here and I was inviting you to a cup of tea. I'd go, hello, One, would you like to go for a cup of tea? My tea is beautiful and warm. That's area 1. Then I'd go to area 2. I'd just drop down and I'd write area number 2. And I'd go, you always have cold tea, One, but if you use a kettle and some electricity, you'll get a nice warm cup of tea. Does that make sense to you?
Right.
Am I with there? So they're not each sections. The sections themselves are just little mini sentences. That's all they are.
Yeah.
That's all they are. And they could be all joined. You could write it in one big one if you want to, but it's just that you need to follow the steps, as in that's what people are looking for.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we should definitely do an advert if anyone sees this, and we should put it in the group, and then maybe wait a week and see what happens. That'd be a pretty good point. Yeah. Go, Sam.
Can I add about the comment call to action where you get people to comment? So let's just say, yeah, it works so well. It really does, because on Facebook now you can private message anyone who comments on your posts.
Oh.
So if you say at the end, comment yes please, and I'll send you our price list, for example, loads of people will comment yes please, and then you can start your conversation with the person, with the prospect.
That's good.
It works really well.
It does work really well, yes.
Have I taken it too far ahead, Rich?
Not at all. Not at all. I think that's,
sorry.
I think if people are going to create this advert and going to use it real term, I think that's a great thing to do. Now, if you want to sell anything, guys, which means selling your services or selling anything you have, the only way you can do that is to have a conversation with someone. We just get lazy because Facebook's going to be our conversation. We get lazy because Insta's our. But Sam's got it more to the point that if you physically have a conversation with someone, it really is the way to do it. So what Sam's doing is she puts an advert out like this on Facey, and then instead of going call to action, which would be call this phone number, you could go to the salon website, she'll say just message yes or message yes below, right? So that means that when they go yes, 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 apart from the fact that it's keeping it up in everyone's news feeds, Sam then gets to have a chat with them and go, hey, here you go, here's my website price list, or we've got, if you want to come in for a quick chat. So she's already started that conversation. That's right. Hey, because the whole point of this story is that, which I'm going to talk about websites in another. I'm going to go back over to here. Let's go. I'm going to try and look at your websites again. Everything I'm going to do is going to be based on 3 things, which is really basic for you guys: red, yellow, and green. Okay, so what we need to figure out is green's go. We know that. So what Sam's trying to do with that green down here? So Sam is trying to put this green section, as in by the time they come to you, they're red hot leads. They're there, they're ready to go. So what this is doing, the whole story, is when I see this picture for the first time. I don't know if I do. When I see this picture for the first time, this is me, right? I'm red. I'm one of the percentages where, you know what, Anne, I don't even know who you are from Adam. I'm not going to come to your salon. You know, I don't know you. But the whole idea is when I stop on red, I'm now thinking, ooh, I love that picture. When I read this line here and this line here, you're slightly turning me yellow, which means I'm slightly softening, realizing that you get me, Anne. You understand my problem. So I'm really feeling connected with you. And as I read this, I'm getting to green. And when I'm green, I'm ready to buy from you because you get me. You live my world. So the problem is what Sam's trying to do over here, which I don't have a green pen, is that she wants you to go yes. Because when you're a yes, you're actually green. You've made your decision. You understand that when Sam's done this story right, you've turned them from a red person, which is like, you're just another hairdresser to me. You don't get me. And then as we take you through this journey, we're getting you closer to actually making a buying decision. That's what's happening here. That's what them steps are. This is just a stopper. It's like, whoa, stop here. Read this line. This line here is really important. This is what's going to transfer them to move their thumb or start warming them up to like you. And they'll only like you, remember, if you are the best in the area. Who wants to go to the second best hairdresser in town anyway? You know? So, for example, where Sam lives, there's two people I know who lives in, which is quite strange really, two people live in the same area. Who would you say, Sam, in your world is classed as the expert?
I'd like to say me.
It's weird, hey, because I reckon, like, I think Marie, for example, in other people's hairdressers' eyes, they might say her. But in
yeah, they would.
Yeah, but in your client's eyes, yeah, well, that's where the money is. We want to get the consumer. But I think, you are the expert in your world. So you do live videos, you put posts out. People get you and they think, right, you're the best in the area. We had this conversation yesterday. You've got to, in 2017, you've got to put yourself out there as like, we are the best in town. And you've got to do that. And the only way to be the best, by the way, I mean, you guys, I don't think I've got anyone now. I've got no award winners here.
I am an award winner.
You're award winner?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'm talking hairdresser of the year. I forgot about you. I've been online. I'm talking hairdresser of the year, beauty of the year. I'm talking famous, driving a Rolls Royce.
Well, I got small business of the year for the local borough.
Yeah, okay. So in your world, you're probably the best. Mm-hmm. But, Trevor Sorb is the best in England. We're talking big boys here. But you can't, we're not that big. But the difference is you, Natasha, can be the best in your borough. But you've got to maintain that now, and it's the same as everybody else. To be the best, which means, to be really honest, when you're the best, you charge more than anybody else. You just do. You can afford to because people know you're the best. When they want to work for you, they work for you because you're the best. So we have this, in 2017, we have the chance of positioning ourselves as being the best in their world. Remember, it's their world we care about, and their world is you get them. Like, their problems because their problems, but they've not told anybody. They've not told anybody their secret. They actually feel insecure and bad. But when you talk that way, everyone talks like that. Come to my hair and you'll look great. What about the opposite? Talk about the opposite, the flip coin of what these people really want. Because that's where the key is. Because even they don't know their problem, but they know their flip side. It's quite strange, really. Most guys I know, unless you're a bit of a knob, they don't want to look hot and great, do they? No, the guys don't do that. I want to look hot and great. Nah. But you know what? We don't want to look the opposite, though. I'm going to take Anne, for example. Anne, let's talk about you, because you're the only guy on the call. Let's be honest here now, Anne. Okay. Do you want to look hot and confident, Anne?
Not do I? I do. Thank you.
Okay, you do. There you go.
No, it's a bit of an off-put, isn't it?
It's really weird. But if I said to you, Anne, do you want to look like you're 65?
Well,
no, it's weird because, like, the negative, if I actually got that right, if I knew what the opposite was that I thought you had, that would really hit home to you. Because you don't want to admit to anyone you want to look hot and confident, but you might be really, like, insecure. So when you start talking, do you want this job? Do you want to be the top person? That's the section you talk about, Do you want to look like a scruff bum? Of course you don't want to look like a scruff bum. But that's the key. When you put that in, people who feel like a scruff bum will get you, and they'll know that you get them. And once they know you get them, you're classed as an expert. So this is just a little mini teaching of how we can build your authority up in your area. Because if I built this for myself, if I was in your shoes now, guys, in 2017, my job, this is what your job should be, by the way, guys, is that I would do this. And I spoke to a lady on this only yesterday. It's just really weird. Hopefully she watches this call. So she has something similar to this. I mean, not like this, but she has an advert that she puts out on Facebook. And this is what she spends a day, right? She spends £3 a day, $21 a week on Facebook, right? And that gets her, so what she told me, by the way, this was 1 month. So it's not a lot of money. This isn't a month. So she ended up with, I think it was something we worked out, $75 a month that she spent. And that got her, I think she said 6 clients. So, and each client hangs around for about a year. So she spent $75 and she's got back, I believe, $6,000 from that advert, right? That's the way it is. And I said to her, would you not just double this now? Like, you know, that's getting you 6,000, 6 clients. So why don't you just try for 1 month spending 150 and see if it gets you 12 clients? It gets you 12 grand. Your job is to know that when you've mastered this, you go for it. That's the key here. So indirectly, you build this. This is what I reckon you need to do. Build it any way you like, willy-nilly, rubbish, I don't care. You build it and you send it out to the world, and you do the smallest amount of Facebook ads you're allowed, or Insta, whatever you want to do. Okay. If you really want to go into it, you can go into leaflets. Okay. And then what you do then is you just see what happens. And if it gives you a result of, okay, then after the next couple of weeks, once you're seeing what's happening, you change this line, you change area 1, and you see what happens. And if it still gives you a, you might think, I love area 1, but maybe area 2's letting me down. So now I'm going to change area 2 and leave area 1. And that is how you tweak and tweak and tweak and tweak and tweak until you get this perfect Facebook ad that you know gives you instant results. Because it's honing in on that person's problem. Because you're only guessing here, aren't you? Only you know what your clients are. Because Natasha and Sam and One and Julie and everyone else all has different clients with different problems. You're all aiming at different people here. That's why you can't go, this Facebook ad works. You've got to look at it and you've got to tweak what needs to actually get done. Is my picture rubbish? Let's change the picture and see if we can get them to green. Don't forget, once they're on green, guys, they're going to buy. Sometimes they'll go to your website and they're green and you turn them right off and they're going to go back to red again and you've lost them. And I think the stats are, once they've gone back to red, you never get them again. They're out of their brain. But that's how easy it gets. So working on your business, I would love, guys, for you to create an advert and send it in the group and we can see what you've got. That'd be awesome. Because then we get to see like 5 or 6 different adverts. I'll do one as well for a salon. I'll pretend I've still got my salon. I'll build one around my salon. But ideally, that seems to be the key that needs to get done. That's the thing. And if I was now in 2017 as a salon owner, I would be spending my days, if I wanted new clients, which is what you need, I'd be spending my days just making sure that this is tweaked until it gives me good results.
How much do you think we should spend?
Oh, I think to start with this one, your first advert that you send out is the minimum. What's the minimum you can do in England? I don't know what it is. Over here, is it about 5 a day? I'm not too sure. Can someone tell me? Is it 5 a day?
£1 a day or something.
£1 a day, yeah. Well, in England, for example, if I wanted to do an advert in England in a newspaper, I think it used to cost me £75 for a newspaper ad about this big. And you're saying you could put an advert out in your area every day of the week. Yeah, every day of the week for how much? £7 a week? As cheap as chips. Yeah. Can't even buy pie and mash for that, can you, over there? I don't know. Is it pie and mash over there? I'm not too sure.
Yes, £7 now.
Yeah, and I guess what you're looking for is that when you dive into Facebook, on the 2nd and 3rd day, when all your stats come back, that's when you know what works or not.
Okay.
Hey, that's a good question there, Marina. How many clients should you look for? I believe, Marina, you need to know, this is my opinion and where you should be, Marina, is you need to know now how many clients are in your database or how many clients you do each week. I want you to add 10% to that, and that'll give you another number of clients. That's where you should be aiming for, that number. And I don't care how you get that. If you go out there and you want to drag them in, knock them out with a club and pull them inside, it doesn't matter how you get them in. But really, to grow your business, the minimum should be 10%. I mean, anything from, a lot of salons, when they start this off and push, they're giving 30% growth. Huge. Big money coming in. But 10% should be minimum. We do 10% on each of these. That's what we're aiming for, because that'll give you 30 to about 55% is what we're aiming for here. But yeah, wherever you are, you've got to get 10% new clients through the door. Like, that's simple as that. I don't know how you're going to get them. No worries, Julie. So the problem is like, how are you going to get them? With a Facebook ad, definitely this could be if your clientele is older, you might want to actually go onto Instagram and do Instagram. And I think I've got told the other day by some famous dude, Gary Vaynerchuk, who's like the man. He reckons that 45 to 55 is the fastest growing selfie on Instagram. So if you are looking at that age group, they're on Insta at the moment as we speak. That's where they are. Yeah.
I thought it was younger people that was on there.
Nah, older people. Everyone I know in my world here are all older, because they don't want to. Have you not noticed what's happening now with Facebook? No one wants to write anything on Facebook because it makes you follow everything. So now they've stopped actually making a mark on it. So they're all going to Insta. But so you got to know where your clients are, and you don't know unless you play. And I think, Natasha, you start really small. Start with the smallest you can put in there and see what happens and see how it makes a difference. And don't forget, guys, you got to take them somewhere. Facebook ad, this is going to get them to green, which they're ready to buy. Sam has a little trick where Sam gets people to actually say yes. So it starts that conversation. So then you start messaging them. Would you like a price list? Sam also does, well, she doesn't do this, but everyone else around here that does do that with the same thing is they send her a $50 voucher on Messenger. They have a little thing, a picture they've made up, and they'll go, hey, and they send them a voucher through Messenger, and then they bring the voucher in. They print it off. So that's how she gets clients in.
Richard?
Yeah.
So just a quick one. I think Natasha was trying to help me with this, actually, which I appreciate. I'm just on my salon page. Do you actually press publish and then you design it that way? Is that how you do it?
To design an advert?
Yeah, because that's what I'm struggling with. Do you actually press publish? Because I know Natasha was saying to you about business, downloading the business page, which is what I've got.
Yeah.
Which is actually what I've got, which is what my salon's on. But do you actually press publish and then you do what you're saying, or is it another app that you put on? That's what I'm getting confused with.
There should be an advertise button somewhere.
I've got publish a photo, live, or an event.
Are you on your phone?
Promote. Yeah.
Are you on page? It's called Pages. Is that what you're on?
Yeah. I think so. Is it an
orange sort of thing?
No.
Can you show me? Can you? Just a glow.
You can't.
No. Because
no, just a glow.
Because I think that with Facebook as a business page, you get pages. It's called Pages.
See at the top right hand side, it says promote.
Promote there, yeah.
Yeah, press that button.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
Yeah.
You're way ahead of me, guys. I just do the old school desktop.
Okay, promote. Oh, so get more website business. Promote you. Oh, okay. So you press one of them, and then it takes you into.
Yeah. So it'll ask you, what do you want to do? Do you want to get more likes? Do you want to advertise to certain people?
Okay.
And you can also set your audience. So if you just want to target people within your local area.
And it's that way you actually do what Rich has just said, to actually put the advert on there, to actually design the advert on that.
It must, I believe so. Yeah.
I think so. Okay. All right, thank you.
It kind of takes you through it, so it's quite easy, step by step. So if you just follow it, you should come to that bit where Richard
Thank you.
said. You're welcome.
I'm going to try and add a picture here, but I don't think I can add a picture here at all. Actually, I got a picture of what I've typed out, and I can show you that, but I can't see it. I can share my screen. Let's try share screen. See what happens. If I can find it. No. I am. I'll try and show, just so Anna, you can get to see a picture of it. If I find it on my desktop, there we go. Let's get it up. small. I can do to area 5. How's that? Share screen. Okay, can you see that? So that's like how it is, area 1, area 2, area 3, area 4, area 5.
Yeah.
So that's very similar to what I've got through there. I'll message you that so you've got that there.
Cool, thank you.
Hey guys.
Okay, cool. We are past the hour. Anything I can help you guys with? With my Facebook salon page. Okay, that's on there. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so moving forward, guys, so we can end this meeting through here. What can I help you with now? What are you stuck with? What can I help you actually go, okay, let's implement this. Let's move on. Hopefully we're all going to do an advert now and put an advert and we get to see hopefully 5 or 6 different creative adverts. It'll be quite nice. And just bung them in the group and see what happens. You don't have to boost it. You just make one and then just send it. Let's find out who's noisy. Cool. Any questions? If not, we shall let you go. I'm on again at 11 for you guys here. Okay, we do 50% off a new client visit if you have not returned the last 12 months. Do you recommend to boost adverts? I think that nowadays Facebook tells you, Marina, when to boost. I think that's the way it works now. If you've got traction, so you put your post out on Facebook, so I'll put it on your page and you get to share it into groups if you want to, or wherever you put your post. Do you guys make a post and share it to people locally? Do you guys do that? No? No. Yeah. So a lot of people tend to do that. They tend to make a Facebook post and then they'll boost it into a group like Swap and Sell or Womble or wherever you live, the area. They have special groups. No? Yeah. That's a really good way of doing that. But Facebook will tell you if you've got traction on a group, if you've got traction on something that's happening, and then you boost it then. Facebook will let you know if it's a good post, if it's relevant to people. If you read Facebook well, there's a relevant section. It's reading that section that says this post is relevant to my audience. That works really, really well. Any questions, guys? What else we got through here? Yeah, 50% for new client visits. I used to do 50% for new clients me at one time, and then I didn't realize it made a difference to me or not. I wasn't quite sure. It didn't get me any more or any less if I offered or I didn't offer it. So, yeah. Any more questions, guys? If not, we shall love you and leave you all.
Thank you very much.
Not
Thanks,
a problem.
Everyone.
Yeah, so I shall catch you again and we'll start the meeting again at 11 with the same questions and same next time we meet. I'm hoping to do this a couple of times, like every 2 weeks, to get it through here at the same time zone. So it works very well for everybody. And the plan will be quite simply of sharing your wins, sharing what you've learned, what projects, and then what do you need. And hopefully I can help you on here live, getting you through that one section. So on it, if you said to me earlier on, I need to know how to build a Facebook ad, we could have done that live as we were talking. So I might do that next time if you mention it. We'll do it live here. We'll talk you through it bit by bit, and we'll get others to help us connect it and build one together. Because that'd be something quite nice to do together. Okay. Any more questions, guys? If not, I'm going to head out for my day. I've got a busy day again today. Every day seems to be a busy day lately. Hey. Yeah, night, Marina. Yes, it's going to be weeks. I think in 2.5 weeks I'm going to be in the UK, so I'll be doing it at a weird time zone. I'll be doing it in your world. I'll be up with you guys, so I'll know exactly what you're talking about as we do that, which is really quite cool. All right, I'm going to love you all and leave you. Have a good time. We'll see how we go. Hey, Tanya, how did you go with your commissions? Did you go okay? I've muted you off, though, I'm afraid. Yeah, how did you go with your commissions? Now, you're definitely... You're muted through there. You've muted yourself, I think. Let's try it. Oh, whoa. I don't know what I'm doing to you. How's that, Tanya? Oh, there you go.
Yep, can you hear me?
Yeah, how did you go with your commissions?
Good. So I had a good look at them. I just wanted to have a little chat with you about them, but oh my gosh, Richard, it just made so much more sense. And yeah, I still need a little bit of help.
Yeah, I agree.
So I actually have tomorrow off. I was going to text you and say I've got tomorrow off if you want to pick or choose a time.
Yeah, Wednesday's a good day, I think, for me. That'll be awesome.
Right. Okay. That would
yeah,
be great.
Yeah, I think tomorrow will be good. We'll connect. Message me, and I'll send you a time, and we'll chat and talk about it.
Yeah, that's great. But honestly, you just nailed it. Oh, thank God. Thank you, Richard. Thank you.
Yeah, not a worry. And we'll talk about putting prices up and see what happens.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Do. Okay, have a great day.
I will do. Thank you. Okay, guys, if there's anything else, let me know. I'll send you, I shall send it to you, Marina. I'll send you on air as well. I'll message you them both them to you. We'll get that done. If not, we're going to love you and leave you. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
And we'll catch you all very, very shortly. Let me just write on and Marina to send that. So you'll find that the new way, I shall put the link at the side, and so you know it's actually going to happen. So now that today is gone, I'll put a new link for 2 weeks today. So you'll notice that it'll be on that side notification bar. Is that what you saw it before? Can't remember how I sent it you now, but trying to make it a bit more streamlined for you guys to get the link and know where everything is. Okay, guys, catch you all later.
Thank you.
Yeah.